What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm in the house. Boom. What's the dealio? Sergeant Rocky Marciano, 43 Battalion. Word up. I know. I'm talking about Rocky Marciano. I know. So since I'm talking about Rocky Marciano, I know what you guys are thinking.
Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass.
Again, because of this t-shirt I'm wearing, I know what you guys are thinking.
Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass.
Shane, what up? What is that? Sounds like your voice. What up, Shane? Eon, what up? Dmitry Yurovich Bivol. His middle name is Yurovich. Will be the Lineal Light-Heavyweight Champion. Okay. You think Bivol, Shane? Dmitry Yurovich Bivol. Shane, you coming to watch the fight, by the way? Guys, I just pre-ordered Undisputed today. Because apparently if I pre-order, I get 1993 Roy Jones. My son pointed that out, so it's happened. $79, which is a lot for me these days, but it happened. So am I allowed to play it when it downloads, or because it says the 11th? I'm assuming, right? I can't play it till the 11th, or do they let you pre-order now? I'm confused. I'm assuming not till the 11th, right? 8 division world champion, 22 world champion fights is the only one off of Floyd. Huh? What you mean? I have Fight Night champion. Isn't that mad old? Fight Night champion. What is you? You can play that midnight on the 10th, not midnight tonight. Pre-orders let you. Oh, 3 days early? Oh shit! So I could play tonight. It's gonna take me some time though because I got to acclimate to the controls, so all that shit. You know, I'm just gonna use Roy and just fucking disintegrate dudes. Kinda old, yeah. Word. Buy Undisputed 89, then use it as a tax write-off. Simple. Alberto. Do you know what that means? People always say tax write-off. Do you know what that means as a tax write-off? That means you pay a little bit less taxes than you normally would when you write off a purchase. So, for example, if I spend $89.99 and I write it off, do you know what that's going to save me, roughly? Roughly? I'll tell you right now. People think you write it fully off. That's going to save me roughly $3 to write it off. $3. People don't realize that. Guys, stop talking. So, Alberto, I appreciate the advice, young buck, but it'll do much of nothing. Hey, look, $3 is better than nothing. 85 cents. No, I think it's more than that, Shane, but it could be around that. It's so nominal. I'm saving my money before Christmas. Word. Do you take standard or itemized deductions? I figured you took itemized because you own a business. I don't know. What's the difference? My accountant would know. All I know is I have inquired about this whole write-off shit, and it's such a small number saved. Like, it's better than nothing, but it doesn't pay for, people think you write it off and then it's just you get it back. It doesn't work that way. It's just a little piece you get back. Not even that you get back, you just don't pay in taxes. If you pre-order, you can play. Yeah, I heard. So that I can play it tonight. All right, at midnight. I'm gonna play it tomorrow then with my son. We're gonna learn how to play this game. I'm gonna whoop people's asses in Japan, in Texas, definitely in Florida where you're at, Dwayne. You know what I'm saying? Word, Shane. AJ versus Wilder now. I mean, I've used this analogy before. You want to watch two deer in headlights who these deers have also been hit by cars and have broken kneecaps. So they're coming in limping with healed broken kneecaps, freezing in headlights. You want to see them fight each other? Okay. I guess you're like a Roman emperor who likes watching people battle to the death in front of you. They have Wilder and Fury in that game. Okay. What's up, Galaxy? What up? What up, blood? I'm on my Troy shit. I deal with technical boxing, blood. That's how my son imitates Troy. It's really funny. Marco, don't make me whoop you with Roy Jones. You know what? If you're going to whoop me with anybody, it'll be my honor to get whooped by the man.
I must have forgot.
My honor. Usyk. People still want to see Errol and Thurman get. That's a good fight. I like that fight. I like that fight a lot. I think that's a great fight. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it's a great fight. Might as well both not really prime anymore. Word. Bro, glazing. Who's glazing? Me? Glazing what? Glazing means like sweating somebody, right? Glazing's gross. That sounds like some sexual shit. Ew. I don't like that fucking saying. I know it means like stop sweating somebody or de-riding, right? That's what glazing means, but it sounds gross. I don't know. Glazing? Ugh. Big head beats Bivol. I agree. Glazing donuts. But why is glazing donuts mean sweating somebody? I don't get it. And why do they call hot dogs glizzies? Why is that? Like what did it derive from? What the fuck's a glizzy? Is that like another name for a dick or something? I don't really get it. Going to whoop you with prime Canelo 99 body shots. Okay. He's saying you love Roy Jones so much that you would let him physically beat on you. Not on me. We're talking about in the game. He said that if he would beat me with prime Roy, not me physically, literally. What's going on here? Did you hear Jamel's going to fight? Nah. Who's he fighting? I did not hear that, nor do I believe it. Blank man, what up? Marco, I say this respectfully. Oh boy, I don't know if I like this, where this is going. But let's keep reading. It's a TB listener. You're a cool dude that you need to stand up for yourself when certain raised people. Yeah, okay. Dropping 100 super chat doesn't give a person the right to tear down another man because he, first of all, blank man. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you Karen. First off, I've talked to that guy, Tech before. He's always been respectful and cool. He was drunk, for starters. I've been around a lot of drunk and high people in my life. There's no talking to him. That's for starters. Secondly, the dude wasn't even that bad to me. Yeah, a couple little things. Oh, you don't know what it's like to be a black man. Hey, he's right. I don't know what it's like to be a black man. I know what it's like to grow up in the hood, and that's where I did correct him. I'm like, I actually grew up in the hood. But other than that, thirdly, it wasn't that serious. You know what I'm saying? I've been, that's happened once in that room, the race thing, and Amin and me spoke offline like men, and we handled it. He basically said he didn't think I'm right. He apologized, and we handled it offline. Didn't have to do it in front of people. And it's also a tough thing to be in when you're the minority. Like I'm one of the only white people in all these boxing rooms all the time, right? And also, don't forget, I had a lot of people in that room defending me. A lot of people coming in being like, yo, but it really wasn't that big of a deal in general and to me. Trust me, if I feel like I'm being attacked or if I feel like I need to swing either in real life or verbally, I do it. But appreciate you looking out. I don't why they call them glizzies, but where I'm from, a glizzy is a name for a gun. Damn. Glizzy means private. That's what I thought. Bald. Your profile picture is bald. Yes. Why? If you had the chance to spar Roy when you were, of course, would I have done it? Y'all
must have forgot.
Shit. Wait till it gets spicy. Wait, it got spicy. Not today, really. It was this drunk dude that was on. He got drunk and he was acting. He was shitting on everybody, not just me, Tone, everybody. You were a chill dude and see Mello. I just thought that guy was weak. Yeah, he was weak, but saying I need to stand up for myself is he was fucking drunk. And yes, obviously dudes were killing him in the chat, calling him broken and he has issues and all that. That was obvious. You know what I mean? So for me going in there and saying something to a drunk person won't do anything because he won't absorb it. And two, I don't know, blank man, if you're black or white, but the racial climate these days in America, it's very intense. So I pick and choose when I need to talk about that shit because the truth is, I'm not gonna let people disrespect me. I'm not gonna be in a place where I'm being shit on. I wouldn't be there if that was the case. But I also don't know what it's like to be a black person in America right now. I don't. So, I also give some leeway to people saying certain shit because, there's a lot of pain and struggles I would never understand. Yo. Roy would have dropped you in sparring. You know what, Eon? That's not going to upset me. That's not going to upset me because, well,
y'all must have forgot.
Marco, when you talking about Roy Jones, people say you're glazing them. Yeah, I know. I hear that. I know it meant like sweat. We used to say back in the day, sweating. Like, yo, don't stop sweating him. Would you spar Roy? That means you're willing to pull pause on your idol. Nah, you're wrong. When you're a fighter, like I was, sparring isn't looked at as disrespecting or beating on somebody. It's an honor to get in there with somebody like that. Just like Bud recently got in with Andre Ward. You guys saw that? And since Ward is an undefeated kind of idol, legend in the sport, how did Bud talk about it? Yo, it was dope getting in there with this legend, and it was an honor to work with him. That's how you look at it. You don't look at it like I'm beating. It's not like a domestic battery case. How do you see Crawford versus Fundora going? I got Crawford outsmarting him. What date was that episode on? I don't know what you're talking about. I feels you. I like Roy at the middle better than light heavy. Nah, middle he stayed very, very. He wasn't at middle long. Super middle was where he did his most amazing shit. But you know what? Light heavy too. Super middle he had the Vinny Pazienza performance. Super middle he had, I believe that was also the Montel Griffin rematch. But light heavy is where he had the hands behind the back knockout. The one punch to the body, cold stone knockout against Virgil Hill. A lot. Right? That's not what sparring is. You tell him, Arliss. So it's not sparring like it's like going through the motions. No, it's real sparring, but you don't look at it like you're beating somebody. You look at it like it's work. You're working with somebody. At the end, you say, yo, it was dope working with you. That's how you look at it. Not, it was dope, or not like, I'm so upset that you tried to physically assault me. Like, if I got in the ring with you, Marco, it would be an honor because you could teach me. I will fuck you up, Dwayne. But thank you. What do you think about T.O. versus the last guy Crawford fought? I think that's a great suggestion on Terrence Crawford. Very smart. I think T.O. doesn't beat him. I think Magimov beats him. And that would erase, because Bud knows, let me shut him up. Let me just let him fight the other guy, and then he'll lose, and then he'll just shut up and not have to deal with him. And if by chance he wins, well, then it'll make the fight worth my while because people will pay to see it. Marco, what console are you going to play? PS5. Already ordered that. It's on every console? Damn. I didn't know they did that. Back when I was still buying video games, it's been a long time. Each video game was only licensed to one specific console. Mark will be popping it on here. If he sparred someone, he better put pause on them. Word life. Man, where'd everybody go? We were at like 30 yesterday. Now I'm at 7. What the fuck? Was good, Remington Steely. What the dilly? Word. What kind of hat is that you got on in that picture? Not Blue Jays. What is that? I mean, I don't know shit about baseball. It's a baseball hat. I know that. I just don't know what team. Do you think Eddie Reynoso can turn T.O. back into a killer. Is he going with Reynoso? Or he is with Reynoso. Is he being trained by him officially or just working with him? What's your PSN? Let's get this work in that game. I don't know. I'll tell you when I see it. Damn, only 3 now. What the fuck happened? It's at 7 here, but I don't know. Mark, you heard that Category 5 storm? Oh, in Florida? Damn, I wonder if that's going to hit my brother-in-law. I think there's a hurricane going in Florida to you.
What?
I think there's a big hurricane that's going to go through Florida soon.
When?
I'm not sure. There's definitely a big hurricane coming. Yeah, but styles make fights. Marvin. What about Marvin? What's up with Lopez? He's been saying racist. I know. Well, he just said one thing with the whole monkeys and banana thing. Minor league baseball. My daughter works for Fayetteville Woodpeckers. Oh, okay. How old's your daughter? Because you look young. The hurricane is going to hit early hours tomorrow. It's hitting in Florida? So tomorrow morning. People South Florida are fleeing. You should see if your brother's getting hurt to you. It's hitting tomorrow morning, so people are already leaving now. I'm sure we would have heard of it if he's going anywhere, but didn't they just deal with a huge hurricane? Marvin Hagler's the greatest. Not greater than Roy, but one of them. Better be able to knock out Bivol clean. Sander, I tend to agree with you. She's 22. Damn, how old are you? Well, you had her when you were 11? You look like in your 30s. Round 10. Bud and Tio were talking on Twitter and saying they want to fight. Yeah, well, we'll see. Do you like MMA? Nope, not at all. Roy at 160 versus 160 Hagler. Roy would kill him. Too big, too fast. Hagler literally, if Sugar Ray Leonard can arguably have beaten Roy, if Sugar Ray Leonard can arguably have beaten Marvin, or at least given him the toughest fight he gave him, what do you think somebody who's 3 or 4 inches taller, naturally heavier, way faster, and way more power have done to Marvin? Come on. Oh, you're 40? Gee, well, I mean, you still had her young. Oh, wait, no, you had her at 28? No. No, you had her at 18. 18. That's young. Pullout game must be weak. If Bud fights Tio, does that mean he ducked Boots? Yeah. He doesn't want to fight Boots. But I don't know if Boots wants to fight him now. Yeah, but Hagler chin. James Toney had just as good a chin as Hagler. Or very similar. You don't have to, and Roy fucked him up for all 12 rounds and walked away with a lopsided victory. So you don't, just because he has a good chin doesn't mean he can win. Just means he won't get knocked out. Doesn't mean he won't get his shit like mincemeat. Leave his shit looking like the inside of a Jamaican beef patty. James Toney versus Andre Ward, 168. Tony. 18, damn. Just fucking splashing walls with reckless abandon. If you shaved and put a hat on, you could pass off at 35. Thank you. If my aunt had a big schlong, she'd be my uncle. So, Hagler is a stone. True that. And, you know, I just found out recently, Hagler had a medical reason for why he took such a good punch. He had an abnormally thick layer of muscle, of tissue around his skull, which acted as a human fucking headgear absorbent, which is another reason why he took such a good punch. That's a fact. His son told me and his grandson told me recently. Lopez City called the monkeys because of advertising. Okay. I don't know what that means. Tiafimo ducked Arnold Barbosa. I mean, come on. Arnold Barbosa? Like, no disrespect. He's cool. Like, I've met him. I've talked to him. But, you know, he's not somebody that's people are ducking. Mark, what up? What up, Benson? I know Bivol has 70% win fact, but Beterbiev has 30% knockout percentage, which is 100. What?
What you talking about, Willis?
Bivol has 70% win fact, but
What you talking about, Willis?
that just confused me. Someone told me Bud is the Hagler of no, absolutely not. Nothing like Hagler. Besides the switch hitting, no. Me and someone else told you that a while back on a past live. Told me what? Roy, why do you keep saying that, Dwayne? I saw it. Eon, Terrence, and Hagler. Errol is no. Errol's more like Hagler. Agreed. But neither of them are Hagler. Because Hagler could box. He just chose not to most of the time. But there's sparring in him boxing. There's some fights. I did a video on him boxing. He boxed the fuck out of this guy, Mustafa Hamshaw. Boxed it fucking silly. Twice beat him. Except Roy. But Roy's not a... See, I don't look at Roy as a career middleweight. So I don't even put... Roy fought at middleweight, won a title, yes, but that was only a few years. Roy's a super middle and light heavy. So... About Hagler's head, yeah. Oh, you told me that, right. And then that was you. And then I looked it up, right? I not looked it up. I talked to Hagler's family, and they confirmed it. Who do you think would win? Come on, Dwayne. You're gonna really ask me who I think wins between Roy and anybody else? I mean, you're really gonna ask me that? Do I need to remind you?
Y'all must have forgot.
Arnold Barbosa fought better and fought better opposition than Boots. What's Boots? It doesn't really matter. Boots looks stellar. At that level, when neither person fought tremendous amount of generational talents or legends, you got to go by just the eyeball test is really all we got. And Boots gets an A+ with extra credit, extra napkins, and the teacher giving him an apple when he takes that eyeball test. What do you think Prime Roy... Why do you think Prime Roy never loses? Because he didn't. Prime Roy never lost. One disqualification, but he never... And that was the only close fight he had, but it only went like 7 rounds. And Roy dropped them and was starting to come on. It's old, but did you ever hear the rumors about Errol and Mayweather sparring? Yeah, of course. Apparently, Errol gave him work. Mark. Who's Mark? Not me. Somebody else, I guess. There's another Mark in here? If you're talking to me. Bivol has 7 out of 10% chance of winning. Okay, I got you now. Beterbiev has 3 out of 10% chance, but he has KOs. So that makes 100% chance of a knockout. Okay, I kind of get what you're going with this. I don't know why you're giving Bivol 7 out of 10 and giving Beterbiev 3 out of 10 and then just making it 100 because of the knockout. I don't really get it. But I'm going 60 to 40%. 60% chance, my opinion, Beterbiev wins. Errol is way bigger than Floyd, but that would be an interesting fight, both in their prime. Yeah, he is bigger. Well, taller. They both fought at welter for quite a while. And Floyd did go up to 150. Floyd fought Canelo, right, at 154. I don't think it was for a belt. Was it? Floyd never won the 154 belt, did he? Did Floyd ever win the 154 belt? Let's find out. You know what? Here's what we'll do. Chat GBT. That shit answers everything quick. Yeah, real quick. Did Floyd Mayweather ever win the 154-pound belt? Let's see what we got here. Yes, he did win it multiple times. De La Hoya was for 54. I didn't know that. Cotto was for 54. Damn, he fought for the 54 belts? Did you guys know that? I thought. And so Canelo was at 54 too, but it was a catchweight, but there was no belt, I guess. Do you think if Errol fought Kell Brook showed up for... I don't know. The winner better be a Visible. Where do you have them on pound for pound list? Oh, up there. Have to be. I don't know where, but definitely in the top 10. He fought Canelo at 50, right? But it would have fallen under the 54-pound division sanctioning. But I think there was no belt. Let me see. Mayweather box rec. I don't think there was a belt at stake for that one. Alvarez. Oh, there was. They fought for the WBC super welterweight. Yeah. He beat. So he must have had Diamond W. Okay, so he took. Let's see. Yeah, so Floyd won the WBC in a world welter. No. So Canelo, this was for the super welterweight championship when Floyd beat Canelo. And then he went back down, Floyd, he fought Marcos Maidana next fight for the normal welterweight championship, for the plain welterweight. And then he went up and fought Marcos Maidana in the rematch, and he had the super welterweight and the welterweight belts at stake. So Maidana was the last fight that Floyd fought at super welterweight, technically, where he was defending it. Well, I didn't know all that. That's wild. Cool boy stuff and Nick Ball. Floyd's a 5-division champion. Might even be 6. Pacquiao went from 108 to winning. I know. But Pacquiao, blank man though, Pacquiao, the highest Pacquiao's ever weighed for a fight. What do you think's the heaviest he's ever weighed? And don't Google it. The heaviest he's ever weighed for a fight. So I'll put you this way. When he fought for that belt, when he fought for the 54 title, he only came in at 144. He weighed in at 144. And Antonio Margarito weighed in at 150. Neither of you even came close to 54. I'll tell you, the heaviest Pacquiao has ever weighed in his life was 147. So technically, even though he fought for 54, his body never went past welterweight, which makes it a little less crazy and steroid usage insinuating. What's up, Skips? Why do people still have Canelo top 10? Because he's only lost to Floyd, who was one of the greatest fighters who ever lived, and to a way bigger man than him at Bivol. And he's been destroying everybody else. How can you not? And he's fought everybody and their mother of this the end of last generation and all of this generation. Yep, he had the belt. You know it's too late to change your Bivol. Yeah, I know. Eon, I remember that. Marco, I'm pissed at you, man. I got a lot of people you should knock out, but you haven't. You and Troy should make an example of some of the callers so they don't keep thinking boxing's easy. I don't know what you mean exactly. Be a little more specific. Floyd is so good. Betting odds usually favor Bivol. They do? Are you sure? Put a link in the chat showing where betting odds favor Bivol. I don't believe that. I think it's a very even fight. So that's why a 7 out of 10 indicates possible. The 30% chance is okay. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. 147, right? You're close. I need you to knock out the mechanic guy from this morning, Cliff from CT. Well, Rob, I've never had a problem with Tech except today. He was drunk, so I'll let it slide. Cliff, I actually like. I never had a problem with him. He's been cool with me. Little arrogant when he wanted me to train him, but other than that, never been disrespectful. And Javon's always been cool with me. Demacion, what up, blood? I'm picking Bivol by KO. That's because you're smoking that. You are puffing. You're puffing on this shit.
I smoke rocks.
This is Demacion at home, like.
I smoke rocks. I smoke rocks.
8 division world champ, 22 world championship fights. If you guys don't like and share the stream, you'll wake up sore at Diddy's party. True. I'd bet BET. Oh, I thought you said BET. I'd only bet on a possible knockout. Okay. Marco, I keep seeing your videos on WorldStar. What's the last one you saw on WorldStar? Can you put the link in here? I want to see. Curious how many views it gets. And do they fucking like word me up? I saw Bivol fight. Marco, what app do you... I don't bet, Alberto. I've never bet on anything in my life. I don't bet in general, especially not in a sport I love, because if you start betting, it takes away from you being able to enjoy the sport because now your money's on it. And it skews your analysis. Start, the mind's the subconscious is a very powerful thing, and it starts driving you towards where your money is and making you fucking convince yourself shit's happening that's not. So I don't do that. Manny's first pro fight was at 108. Floyd was at 130. Yeah, that's true. What was the age difference? Manny, I believe, was 17 or 18. Floyd was probably around that. Manny still has to be a favorite on betting odds. I didn't know World Star still existed. No DraftKings, but I don't even know what that is. Like, I've heard people talk about DraftKings, but I'm not sure what that is. I bet all the time. Good for you. How do you think the fight between Beterbiev and Canelo will go? No. Canelo's too small. Too small. Way too small. Did any of you guys see the video I dropped today? God, now I'm forgetting what it was. Oh, my Manny Pacquiao video. Anybody peep it today? Hot off the presses. Hot off the press. Did anybody see my video of today? Answer me, motherfuckers. Answer me. Did you bet on them? I just explained to you, Mr. Dennis, I've never bet on anything, especially not boxing. But, of course, I thought Tyson was going to win. Yeah, I don't bet. No, I didn't. Sheet. Dwayne Dennis. Yes, but I'm still waiting on the Shakur Stevenson video. My video on Shakur? What am I going to say? I did one video when he was boring as fuck against De Los Santos. Like, what kind of video would I do of Shakur? There's really not much. It's not going to be exciting. I could maybe highlight his defensive skills, but that's, you know what I'm saying? Wiggity whack. Wiggity wiggity whack. That shit's gonna be whack. I don't think people want to see it. You know what I mean? Who the hell wants to see that? Let's see, I'm gonna do a poll though. You guys ever see my polls on YouTube? You guys ever peep my polls? Yes or no, motherfuckers? What we got? What we got? Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second, guys. What the fuck? All right, so all right, where'd you guys go? Where'd you guys go? Oh, here we go. The best light heavyweight in boxing. Okay, Shakur gives me money. Fuck that means. Did you hear Butterbean is trying to... Yeah, I talked to Butterbean quite a bit. Not quite. Okay, that's an exaggeration. I talked to him sporadically. I know that. He lost a lot of weight. He had his hip surgery. He was in bad shape, man. You should be proud. I'm proud of him. He turned his life around. Who was the guy you were sparring? He let you get off a lot and wouldn't return. So that's what you see. This is... You're the typical non-fighter who's critical, saying some shit like that. So you don't give me credit for overwhelming him with speed, angles, and aggression and countering him. Instead, you think that he just would let me punch him. Okay. Marco, does hitting in heavier 8-ounce gloves make you? No. No. Why would it make you feel faster? It slows you down. Marco, what up? J Pitt? Shout out to Shakur. Do you think De Los Santos versus Tank would be better than Roach versus? Yes. 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 You versus Butterbean in your prime. Butterbean outweighed me by about 250 pounds. So that is a very strange. Who wins to become the Lineal Light-Heavyweight Champion of the world this Saturday? Artur Beterbiev? I'm putting a poll right now. Or Dimitri, I whoop my wife's ass, Bivol. Let's see, who will become the Lineal Heavyweight Champion of the world this Saturday? Boom. All right. I got to put polls out. That's another thing. You guys ever catch my polls on YouTube? I be polling. You were levels above him, but I feel like you got to try to throw, like, oh, he tried. But you have to understand, and that the round I put up, it was already a couple rounds in the sparring. So he had already gotten an appetizer, a main course, and it was and a dessert. And I was in the process of giving him his after dinner espresso of ass whooping. So the second he would move, I would be like, "Brah!" So he knew that. So he was being very tentative, waiting for me at that point. Johnny Knoxville, Kale Butterbean. What made you decide to join the Boxing Voice as a co-host? It's a great platform. Obviously, the eyeballs are tremendous. A lot of people watch it. I like Ness. I think he's cool. He's a New York, well, Jersey dude, but we have a lot in common being from the tri-state area. I like the viewers there. The viewers are the coolest. I like the platform because he's not. Look, Ness. Why I just keep doing this? Ness definitely stirs the pot sometimes and all that, but in general, he's not screaming it like a lot of these other YouTubers are screaming. They're being racist or they're being hateful or they're trying to argue. It's a nice platform for the people. So that's why, all those reasons. Roach is an insect tank muzzle. Damn, Peter. I don't know what that means, but fuck. Man, I haven't seen this live in a million years. Kobe, what up, blood? Where you been? That's your fault. Trick ass, mork ass buster. I'm not defending Bivol if he did that. Why don't you hold that over Tank's name? Yeah. Well, all we saw Tank do was grab a girl forcefully, which is bad. But Bivol has been accused of whooping her ass. So that's why. But this is kind of fucked up, but on top of that, Tank's excitement somewhat overrides a slight accusation. You know what I'm saying? Like R. Kelly. That's a dirty bastard. Puffy, dirty bastards. The music is still kind of dope. So the music is good enough where I don't like them, I don't respect them, but their art form is different and it's kind of dope. So Bivol, on top of being a wife beater, is also boring. So it makes it easier for me to be like, I'm not gonna let that bitch slap slide that he's dropping on his old lady. I got Dimitri. He is a brick wall he's a brick wall. What do you think about Southpaw TV? He's reached out to me on some peaceful shit, telling me he respects what I do, blah blah blah. From what I've seen of him, he's very negative. He picks a lot of, he goes online and fucking beefs with people and does all that. That's not my thing. But he's come at me cool, so I got no problem with him. Accused, is it true? Exactly. It's alleged, Anthony. Aren't boxers' hands considered lethal weapons? Yes. I thought professional boxers couldn't put paws on civilians. They can't. But you have to press charges, which a lot of times women or just victims or people don't. Look, remember when Mike Tyson fucking hooked off on that dude on the plane. That guy didn't press charges. If he did, there'd be a problem. Tyson's was also not actively boxing. I think you have to be actively licensed for them to be illegal weapons or registered weapons, excuse me. And if you're not, and Tyson has, I mean, I know he's getting his license now for Jake Paul, but before that, he hasn't had his shit registered in like 15 years. Better be looks healthy in the last promo vid. I got to see it. What up, Truth? Man, what up, Blood? But TBE said he used heavy gloves because it made him. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah. It's like, it's the same concept as putting weights in your wrist, punching with weights or ankle weights. Once you take them off, you feel super light and you go faster and stronger. So, yes. What's up, Armor? I haven't been getting notifications, or else, why not? Everybody else is getting them. Check your settings. No way this dude wore. What did War say? Fuck is on that? Let's start a GoFundMe to send Marco to Philly. Let's do it. Start it. Well, Alberto, why don't you start it? I'm not doing it for myself because that is mad corny. You know what you should start it for too? Actually, more so, which would be doper, because I still got to get tickets if I go to Philly. I haven't applied for the press passes or anything, which I probably could, but start one to get me over to get me to Arizona for Border Wars. I'm not doing it for myself because I find that mad cheesy. I almost feel like I'd be panhandling. But if the community wants me there, fuck it. Marco, do you think Bud opponents were all damaged? No. Okay, agree with TB, so that makes you TB. Thank you. Oscar versus Hearns. I think Oscar. That's a good one, though. Yeah, man, you got some fucking gems, blood. You should be more boxing events. Shit costs cake. Dinero. Skrilla. The Bag. Cheddar. Cheese. Ends. I think what could possibly give Bivol the edge in this fight is the age difference. 5 years? 6 years? Yeah, 6 years. That's kind of a difference. Is the fight this weekend going to be 20 again? I don't know. It's going to be free for me. I actually might buy it if it's 20. Marco, I can make a case that all his opponents were damaged or small. If you want to shit and tear down anybody's resume in history, you can. Don't. How do you start a GoFundMe? Go to GoFundMe.com and you put in all the information. Come on, man. You're fucking in your 20s. I got to tell you how to be computer savvy. You young kid. Go to GoFundMe and go through the process. Start a new one. You put my name in. You do all that shit. The thing is, then you got to pay me. But don't forget, it's visible how much money goes in there. So don't try and skim it. You know what I'm saying? It shows how much is there. And then you just send it to me afterwards. You just got to start it and put in all the information required for it. And then once it's live, just start putting the link, sharing the link, telling people about it. You can do it right now. It'll take you 2 minutes if you wanted to. I don't think it requires anything. I'm not saying that Bud isn't pound for pound, but his opponents need to be checked. That's with everybody. The bar was that bad. What? War, what the fuck are you talking about? War be wilding out. I got Bivol as a favorite, but might bet on better BF. Okay. Is Turkey exposing fighters? Would AJ be AJ if they actually had him in there with Dupe? I don't like the word exposing, Casanova. That's insinuating that he was garbage to begin with, and he wasn't. Will you be live for the event? Yeah, I'm going to go. Even if my man Shane comes over, I think I'll go live with you guys. Or I might go on TBV's live. Big, big, big shout to my man Oh. Big. Appreciate you. He says, he hits me with a 5-piece, extra crispy and original recipe 5-piece. Do you think the stress with his ex-wife will mess with Bivol mentally and sabotage and sort of sabotage him in the fight? I hope not. He seems so disciplined. First off, again, appreciate you.
Thank you. Come again.
Appreciate you twice.
Thank you. Come again.
And no, it might affect him a little bit. It might, but hey, man, that's what it is. Don't whoop your wife's ass. Apparently, not only is he whoop his wife's ass, but see, I hate two things, right? Two things. I don't get involved in fighters' lives, right? Outside of the ring. I do fight analysis. I do boxing. But the two things I kind of can't ignore, the things that kind of make me not respect the fighter, is hurting women or children, right? Both of those. And if what she says is true, not only does he hurt women, beating her ass, he doesn't pay child support. So that's hurting children too, kind of indirectly. Okay, Bud struggled or even lost to a fighter with 10 fights. He also beat up 2-time car crash Errol Spence. Weight drain surgery, also beat David. Okay, well, you're wiling out. He fucking whooped Kell Brook's ass, Amir Khan's ass. I mean, come on. Stopped Sean Porter, which technically he was losing, and Sean Porter's dad stopped it too early, but it was that third knockdown might have happened and would have been stopped anyway. The late Vernon Forrest. Ooh. That would be a fucking good one. I might have to go with Trinidad on that one. Don't worry, I won't keep all the chili. So are you an Anarate? You trying to say retired fighter, BG? What are you saying? I got better BF. All right, Gnarls. My man Gnarls Barkley. $4. The fuck are you talking about, War? But Marco, we have seen the biggest names like Fury and AJ lose with a short time span. We never seen that before Turkey. That's because they're fighting the best competition because Turkey's putting the money up. They're not just padding like a push-up roll. Padding like a brazier. Fought a Sean Porter that wasn't motivated. Oh, come on. That wasn't motivated? Sean was up in his ass. In his ass. Like a hemorrhoid. He was in his ass. Come on. What up, John? Dude on that show was a giant tool. He was just drunk, man. Normally he's pretty cool. He was definitely drunk. Bivol, I bet, matter of fact, I'm going to predict that dude Tech might come on tomorrow or the next day soon and apologize. Be like, yeah, I drank a little, my bad, blah, blah, blah. I think, I mark my words. Are you a retired? Yes, I am. Amir Khan, who was known for his glass chin. Okay, here we go. Jose Benavidez Jr. was undefeated. He was rising. Yep, there you go. 10 fighter, fought a lot of amateur fights, and that's why he struggled with him. True. Jose Benavidez also got shot. No, here we go. Julian versus McClellan. Eon, you know that happened, don't you? Twice. See, this is how I know you're a young buck. It happened twice. Same result both times. And the second time, it was even more of the same result. Heavier. Was good, Jimbo. Jimbo Slice. Bivol will get hurt. I'm feeling it. I agree with that. Ness and Danny. Okay, War has Tourette's, people. Yeah, he was out of line. Must have been having a bad day. But Jesus, no, drunk. Drunk and bad day. And usually if somebody gets extra drunk that early in the day, they're already having a bad day. So that's why they get drunk that early. So, yeah, both. No, I didn't know that. Yeah. McClellan knocked his ass out twice. Second time, even faster. Might have been the first round, the second time. And Julian was, as you young guys say, at that point, that guy. He was knocking everybody out. You know what I'm saying? I usually look to see if they fought before I ask. It's all good. It's all good. You're a young buck. Young buck. Bivol will try it. But that would be a dope one if they didn't. So your heart and your brain were in the right place. Bivol will try to outbox better BF, and he catches him. I think he's just gonna. Bivol's gonna have a little success, tapping him, moving, and then and hit him. But then Beterbiev is eventually going to start hitting him with 1 or 2 sledgehammers, and over time they're going to accumulate, and he's just going to be worn down. I'm drunk right now. I believe that. I definitely believe that. Juan Markel Marquez versus Shakur. That's a good one. Boring as fuck, but good because they're both such high level counter punchers. I feel like Marquez beats him. I think Markel had too much size. Actually, he didn't have size, but I think Marquez was just smarter, durable. I think Marquez beats him. I feel like it would be a repeat of Tank versus Frank. Word. What are you getting to? Huh? Oh. Shakur Stevenson 7'5". I was at the club today. Okay. It's an interesting piece of information I'll have to remember if I'm ever on Jeopardy. What do you guys think? The beard, or should I? What else we got, people? What else we got? It's popping today. I like it. I want to keep my lives at least 30, 25 to 50 minimum every time, and then build. The most I ever had on was 100. That was after a fight. I forget which fight. I went live right after a big fight. Marquez also isn't a weight bully. True that. Shakur might run away. Yep, he might. He might. Lack of respect for Khan shows a lack of understanding. True that. Haney Garcia, I think. What? Yo, Skips, why are you sounding like war now? Just saying random shit like you have Tourette's. Haney Garcia. Go live during fights and include the fight in the title, and you'll gain so many. So what do I put? Just like Bivol Beterbiev live fight? Yeah. I just prefer going on with like Ness or Blue Blood because first off, they have way more followers. They have way more people watching. So it's more fun to commentate in front of people. And 2, when it's not my show, I could just stop talking for a while and chill. Like here, I got, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot less draining, especially on cards like that where we might be live 3 to 4 hours. It's too draining when it's all on me. There's so many ways I try to help. Yeah, I appreciate you. You got an early head start and a no shave November. Nah, I'm not growing a beard. No, thank you. That's the fight you had the most views on, I mean. No, because I was at that fight live, remember? I had press credentials and I didn't get home until way later, so that wasn't it. It was something that I watched at home to begin with. Juan Marquez versus Miguel Cotto. Put Beterbiev. Okay. Haney versus Garcia rematch. Love to see it. I'm gonna tell you something. If Haney doesn't rematch Garcia, I think it's a worse duck than Canelo ducking Benavidez. Haney not rematching Garcia, choosing not to, is a worse duck than what Canelo's doing to Benavidez. Might be one of the worst ducks in history. It is. Considering all of the outstanding circumstances surrounding that fight and their first fight and the aftermath, unacceptable. Did Marlon Marquez and Marco Maidan ever fight? They did not, no. If you go on Blue Bloods or another platform, it won't help you grow much. Those are, yeah, I know. No cap. I got home late as well, and they fight again. I might watch it. Crazy fight. True. We've all got this. Don't think so. Schmoo. 147 Hearns versus Mayweather. That would be very similar to the Diego Corrales Mayweather fight. That size and that power, Mayweather got someone for that. A lot of hardcore boxing fans watch fights on mute because of the awful commentary. So they go, oh, word? Interesting. Does he still have the title? Who? What if Haney Garcia fight years later like Cotto versus Margarito? Depends. Depends what happens up to that point between them. If they both continue dominating, right? Garcia, let's say, will continue. Neither of them were dominating. Haney arguably lost to Loma, and Ryan did lose. But let's say they both do really well, then yeah, it'll make it even bigger. Especially after the lawsuit. Like, and that's another thing. I'm okay with the lawsuit because I like the fact, well, only if, let me preface that. I'm not okay with it, but I'm okay with it only if there's a rematch. Because I get what Bill Haney said. We're trying to set a precedent. Those of you guys who don't know, legal precedent. Precedent means in the court system, when there's one case where a ruling goes a certain way, that almost always sets the precedent, which means it determines the outcome of any other similar case. Up to this point, anybody caught doing steroids, it's a slap on the wrist. Suspension, maybe, slap on the wrist. But if they can go to court and have there be any kind of a jail sentence for, well, I guess you can't do that because it's not criminal, but for the battery portion, or just a huge money award for the battery, for all the stuff. If a judge rules that now, that means in the future, all fighters will think twice, will think thrice, will think court twice about doing steroids, because now they know, oh shit, I could get got for millions. I could have my salaries, my wages garnished. I could be suspended out of professional athletics for life, whatever the court decides. So that I agree with. I think it's a good thing to try, because up to this point, you guys know, boxing's martial law. There's no one organization enforcing anything. But if he doesn't rematch Ryan, I think it's a punk shit to sue. Only if you rematch him and sue, then I think it's okay. Because that's showing that you're doing this for the right reasons, not just because your ego's hurt. That was a long explanation. That's what I think. Sandy loved it. I don't know. What's good? What up, Lance? I mute all but Albert. Yeah, I like Al Bernstein too. Kamala or Trump? We have a few days. Who y'all got? This is boxing, man, not fucking politics. Get out of here with that. What should the goal be for the GoFundMe? That's a great question. Are you doing it to get me to Arizona? Are you doing it to get me to I don't know. Go high. Go for 10 grand. 5 or 10 grand. Go for that, because probably won't get that, but you want to go higher so people don't stop donating if they see that it's matched. I read maybe 5 grand, maybe 5, right? Something like that. I would do 5, between 5 and 10, 7, 8, something like that. I want to marry Alicia Baumgarten. Okay. Good luck with that. I kind of hope Haney wins the rematch so they have a trilogy. If it's a good fight. Do you think eventually that kid from the fair and his parents will be sued? Oh, I feel like they would have done it already. They would have pressed charges. They didn't. Criminal, I don't think. How can you commentate a fight? Just watch it and start talking. 100 or 1,000? No, 1,000. 1,000. Nah. Kidding? The flight alone is like 5 G's, I'd say minimum, maybe 7 G's, something like that. 5 G's, 7 G's, because if I bring the wife, you know what I'm saying? You know how that works. But yeah, not 100, 500. I can't do shit. That wouldn't even be that wouldn't even be a round trip flight. 500, let alone the hotel and all that other stuff, transportation. Because that shit costs thousands going out and traveling like that, with hotel and transportation and food and all that, And if I'm going to if you want to do this for the Boots fight, you got to go higher because I also got to get tickets, right? That's why I'm thinking, but it's up to you. Unless I get press passes, but there's no guarantee I'll get press passes. So I'd have to even fly out there. I got to either have press passes ready or tickets because I'm not going to go out there if I might not get in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Do you think the headgear is what kept Devin from getting done bad by Ryan in amateurs? No, just they were both different fighters. You know, they developed differently since then. It helps headgear and helps not go down, yes. But, you know, Usyk beats Fury. I hope not, but it might happen. Man, it pissed me off as soon as Usyk won, they stripped him. I know. Just like, I don't think this is going to be for the undisputed, let's look now, light heavyweight championship. Let me see, chat, GB. I don't think this is undisputed. I think they also stripped. Yeah, they did, right? Is Bivol versus Beterbiev for the undisputed title? Let's see. Nope. It will not be for the undisputed title, as both fighters, Bivol is WBA, Arthur Beterbiev is IBC, IBF, and WBO. The fight them could put as now both fighters currently hold different belts in the light. What? So it should be undisputed if Beterbiev has IBF, WBC, and IBO, and Dimitri has WBA, then how can it not be undisputed? But now official undisputed title has been put. In the fight between that could happen, there's potentially unify all 4 world titles and crown the undisputed. But as of now, no official fight has been confirmed. There's been significant interest in what? Damn, ChatGPT's off. I see Dubois getting the W against Usyk. They already did that, and it didn't work out. He dropped him once, but was losing other than that. Check your people in Florida. They're saying Hurricane Milton is going to be a bad one. Okay. Heading out, Marco. Take care. Peace. I'm gonna be out of here too in a second. It is still undisputed. Okay. Category 6 for undisputed. Okay, good. Good. Hey, Alberto, if you do this GoFundMe, let me know as soon as possible. And I appreciate it if you do it. I appreciate it. Call me crazy. You crazy motherfucker. But I think Canelo could have beat Beterbiev. No. I mean, he could have. You know, we're going to get into semantics and the English language here and the definition of words. Could, yeah, of course. Would, nah. Probably would, or high likelihood of, nah. No, sucker. All right, what else we got, people? I'm about to bounce out this motherfucker. Brother like me is tired. You know what I'm saying? All right, people, I'm out. Appreciate you guys. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.